I believe we're going to enter the park. Main palace up there to the right. Notice there's only one ramp in this complex rather than four, so maybe it was simply access. I'm guessing the flowers that we're going to see are just put here to add some ambience for this restaurant. I would imagine in the day this was a grand floral spectacle. We're now at the far left, if you were facing the front of the palace, of the gardens, interfacing with apparently residential neighborhoods. It's designed with many pathways. And here a large street that extends quite some distance beyond the palace, the same distance probably that I am from it now. I'll continue away from the palace. Little sense of dimension. We walked from down there. This is another large roadway that has walks on either side, and then the roadway in the center for carriages, no doubt. But this was a big enough place that you could literally go for a relaxing carriage ride in your own park. Again, way down there is where I started. I walk up this road. Here another big road angles off to the left, but where those folks are going up that hill, it lacks the side walkways. And here's something else that I'm not sure what it is. We'll see. It radiates at an angle from the back of the palace to this, I think, corner of this large park complex, to this huge memorial grotto that's been created. This is called the Obelisk Fountain, created in 1777, but it doesn't describe why. Presumably it's for Joseph and Maria Theresa monument, or obelisk. Might be quite dramatic with the water spilling off the top there into the grotto below. The road leads up here. We'll go up and see if there's anything up to be seen. It's interesting, the obelisk appears to be resting on the backs of four golden turtles, an icon very prevalent in Asia, in particular, I think, well, throughout Asia, I think. Presumably in the day, the royals could get out of their carriage, walk up here and sit, perhaps to the soothing sounds of falling water. Don't know yet whether this is a continuation of the park and this just happens to be a health center or not. All this looks like is raw woods. Little paths going into it. And the main street up here looks like it goes from left to right, which would be parallel to the back of the castle. A little pathway I think I'll take. Another pathway that seems to go to that athletic center, so we'll keep going this way. The direction we're walking is parallel to the line of the palace itself. People at this intersection. We'll use the road, looks like it goes back into the palace grounds proper, so I'll take that. I believe that's the corner we were at earlier, where the obelisk is. But from here you can see what were several routes into the palace garden. We'll continue up here to the Gloriette. Here's a pathway in here. I'll take that up instead of the road. It'd be a lovely place to live nearby. Doing all your exercise and strolling in the context of the Habsburgs. Apparently all of that wood that I was walking through is all part of the original. Because this magnificent looking Gloriette falls within its dimensions for the whole palace. This high on a hill, sweeping views of Vienna and of the palace. If I remember correctly, I believe the original palace was going to be built up here, but Maria Theresa instead had this built. I think it may have something to do, and I could be wrong, with the second siege of Vienna, and it was built from stone that came from elsewhere. The irony of all white is it seems to defy the definition the sculptor put into the work. If I understand correctly, the original flower bed layout has long been destroyed and would have been dramatically more elaborate than this, but this is very pretty and does what it's supposed to do. This apparently is the star pool. Here, a particularly pretty arcade of trees. Another automated watering tractor and trailer. Interesting to see how these trees are planted and almost woven into a wall. Probably fairly impenetrable wall. Although I'm sure it's mainly just for decoration and some degree of definition of the garden and privacy, perhaps. I wonder if these buildings are original. They look like they were. Sure, they would have had chairs and tables, perhaps functioned like cafe, if you will, for the royals. I would imagine we can multiply this by about 2 or 3 times to get a sense of what the plantings were in the day. And this wrought iron arcade got you to this little enclosure from the palace. Looks like a 1900 stairway and fire hydrant.